Tonight, I'm heading to Brooksville, Florida, for my very first ghost tour at the historic May Stringer house. There's something about historic homes at night that feels completely different after the sun goes down. I visited this house before during the day and completely fell in love with its atmosphere and history. But experiencing it after dark feels like stepping into something entirely different. So tonight, I wanted to bring you all with me.
Welcome to May Stringer House. The house was built in 1856 by John May. He's still here. I usually talk to John in this room here. He was married to Marina. John died like 5 years after the house was built, and Marina became one of the rich widows around here. After the Civil War, Frank Saxon, who was wounded up in Atlanta, when they let him go, he was a prisoner of war. When they let him go, he said, "We walk here on a gang leg." He came here, he married Marina, and they had one son, Franklin, who died at 2 weeks old. They had another baby, Jessie May. She was 3 when she died. Come on in here, I'll show you. This here is a picture of Frank Saxon, and his wife Marina passed away a couple of weeks after Jessie was born, complications of childbirth. And I think that's why she stayed. I don't think she could bear to leave her daughter. This is my theory. That's a picture of Jessie May laid out in her casket right here in this room. And they covered her around with roses because after 3 days, kind of starts to smell a little bit. But yeah, so I get from John May in the room. Marina is still here at the house. Jessie May is most definitely here at the house. And Frank Saxon is still here at the house. This is Frank's voice.
What do you say? Are you here with us?
It's me, it's Franklin. This dining room is where ghost tours actually started. Bonnie, who was our senior ghost tour expertise, started volunteering at the museum, like it seems like 100 years ago. And she was doing a history tour during the day. She had 20 school teachers on a tour, a regular day tour, and she was standing here giving her tour, and there was a cup and saucer back here, and when she was talking about how the family gathered here for their dinner and this is where they talked for the day, this coffee cup turned and went upright right in front of the group of 20 teachers. 10 of them hit the front door and never came back. And then that's where it inspired doing ghost tours. I've got some really good audio stuff, and just you'll see when we get to the attic, our friend Gary.
Oh dear.
Gary's a little comical. Now, a lot of time I go different than everybody else. I like to do the doctor's office next, and you'll see why. I've got a lot of activity in here. Margaret Stringer, she was the one who actually purchased the house where Dr. Stringer and she was his wife. She was actually the purchaser of the house from Frank Saxon when he ended up selling. And that's Dr. Stringer right there. He was ill. And his wife Margaret about how I get a lot of activity from her. She talks to me all the time. And I think it depends on who you are because different spirits connect with different people. I might have a certain experience with Margaret. Have you ever heard anything from Margaret? Or do you get other people in here?
I think she pulled my hair once.
Yeah, so we get a lot of activity I've gotten in this room. We just had a sleepover, and one of the docents had borrowed my tripwire and circled it around her blow-up mattress in here because she might know. Yeah, Jen borrowed my tripwire. I have an SLS camera, and I've always gotten this wheelchair over here. I've always gotten a figure of somebody trying to climb up into the wheelchair, and they can never make it. They're like on the floor, and you can kind of see them like they're trying to get in the chair, but they don't. It could be like a residual haunting. There's different kinds of spirits. I mean, there's all different kinds. And I think they're here for certain reasons. Some of the spirits don't even know they're dead. Some of them, I think, like some of them didn't leave for a reason. I think they chose to stay. Like Marina chose to stay with her daughter. Jessie could feel her mother. She chose to stay with her mommy. And even though Frank Saxon didn't die here, he died over in this house called Saxon Manor right down the road a little bit. He's back here, and I think it's because Jessie May was his only daughter. And he was so attached to her, he actually had one of his sons. If you go to the family cemetery, there is another Jessie May Saxon. It's a boy. He actually named one of his sons Jessie May. Yeah, after her, so that's kind of cool. In the kitchen, this is where that woman has been photographed several times looking out the window. And I think she might be a residual haunting, I'm not sure. I've gotten stuff, communications with her. I like using the dowsing rods a lot. And I've gotten communications from her where she was looking out the window, because that, like I said, that used to be an open porch. And she was looking out that window like she was afraid of someone who was coming. Like she was like the lookout. That's what I've gotten. And of course, she doesn't know it's closed in. I mean, if she's a residual. And then I was in here doing a history tour with two of my sisters. They were down here on vacation and they wanted to see the house. So I said, well, I can get it any time. I got a key. They're like, no, we want to go during the day. I'm like, okay, let's do a history tour. So we did a history tour. And we were in here. Cheryl was the docent. She was standing right there. My two sisters were there. I was standing here when all of a sudden I heard click.
That's what you were talking about.
And the door
You
opened
actually had
all
such-
by itself. You actually have to click it open.
Wow.
Because
That's awesome.
if it's just like that, it won't stay closed. No matter what you do, because the house is on a slant. You actually have to, see? And it doesn't just click, open. Now, we're gonna go upstairs. I take everybody up the back staircase. A lot of times they'll tell people they don't want them going up the back stairs. But I ask you to hang on to the railing, and for two reasons. First reason is that used to be an outside staircase. And before the house was added on to. So it does have a little bit of a slope to it. The main reason I'm asking you to hang on to the railing is when you get about halfway up, you kind of feel just, not a lot, but a little bit of a pushback. Like somebody's trying, like something happened back here on the staircase. I don't know what it is. I had a tripod set up here. I was here Saturday night. I had the whole house to myself, me and Danielle on my team. I had my iPhone on a tripod at the bottom of the stairs recording. We went upstairs to the attic. I went back and looked at the audio. My camera, it's an iPhone, in and out, focus in and out, focus in and out. My tripod got kicked 5 times. I mean, like the whole thing like jarred, kicked 5 times. So anyways, let's go up the stairs.
Sure.
Just hang on to the railing.
Will do.
And see if you feel, it's just like, not big, but it's got a little bit of
There's been times I like crawled because I felt like I was gonna fall.
There's a spirit here in the house. He's the protector of the house. James was a World War I veteran, hero decorated. He came home from World War I. He was supposed to marry a woman. And when he got home, she married somebody else while he was gone. And it was too much for him to bear, and he hung himself. He's very, very remorseful for what he did. He can't take it back, and he's stuck here. He can't cross. That's why he's still here. He can't. Now, I will tell you, there was a Veterans Day, like myself and Danielle and my team, we came here. It was a Saturday. I had the whole house to myself. And we came up here, we walked by Jesse's door. I said, we'll be back in a minute, honey. I said, we're gonna go in here first. So we went to, thank James for his service and visit with him first, because it was Veterans Day. And Jessie couldn't take it anymore. So she followed us in there, and this is what I got. I have really good equipment, just saying. This is what we got.
Thank you.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm in here to play. Was that you, baby?
It'll listen. I'm gonna play. I've got her voice in several areas, and I know she's sweet. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet. This is my baby. I could listen to that video all day. The other thing with Jesse, we had people before, they were doing a ghost tour, and they touched the cradle, and you're not supposed to touch any of the artifacts in here. And they had touched the cradle, and she said, on their thing, she said, "Don't touch my babies, I hate this."
Is that somebody?
Yeah, that was somebody.
Is that a ghost?
That's
All right, we ready to go upstairs? All right, let's
Oh,
climb
yes.
the next stairs, one more set of stairs. Where the star of our museum resides. His name is Gary. Gary is attached to this Solomon dresser trunk. He was donated. They left him on the back porch. They tried to contact them. They wouldn't answer, wouldn't call back, wouldn't email back.
They knew.
There you go. He's yours.
What's up, Gary?
That's how we got Gary. Gary since then has become quite comical. I think he was an old vaudeville comedian, is what I think. After Ghost Fest last year, Danielle and I came in here, and this is what we got from Gary. Okay, if you can't hear the boo, if you want to hear the boo. I mean, really?
That's
That's
on the
funny.
nose,
So
yeah.
around here, yeah, that's funny. So getting booed by a ghost, that was pretty cool. You got any good stuff up here? Oh,
Not
I'm sure
like
you
any
do.
individual experiences, but as a group, like I've seen him mess with the lights and heard his colorful language.
Yeah, we had a metaphysical mingle here once, and we had the stairway blocked off. No one was allowed up in the attic, and I kept getting the F word over my portal. I'm like, "Come on, Gary." I'm like, "We got kids coming through the house. You gotta just stop, please." And that was also the day he threw the picture off the wall, threw it down the stairs. Emma went and grabbed it and ran it back upstairs, hung it down the wall. Halfway down the stairs, she got pushed out of the way. And I asked, he said it was because she was in the way. He wanted to make sure she didn't get hit by the picture when he threw it down harder the second time. We came upstairs. We got Autumn, who's our curator. We got Autumn come up to calm him down. The attic door had been opened. And the cupola was open this much. Now, if you happen to notice, it hasn't been opened in over 10 years, and you need a ladder to get to it. So he threw a fit.
For the second half of the tour, we were given a few pieces of ghost hunting equipment to explore with, and before we began, Jodi showed us how to use the dowsing rods.
Arms close to the body doesn't work good for me. I'm doing it on my knees. Is somebody in here? Can you cross the sticks for me, please? Can you point to where you're standing? Anyway, that's how dowsing rods work. I really like dowsing rods.
Comforting. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice to know, huh?
All right, good, yes.
You weren't recording that one, were you?
I was.
Oh, were you?
I was, yeah.
So, yeah, so whatever you want for equipment, whatever you want, we'll sign you out. And
Once the equipment was all checked out, everyone kind of scattered to the areas of the house that interested them the most. Some people wanted to visit Jessie May, the little girl that's still said to play there, while others went to pay their respects to James. As for Ken and I, we decided to head upstairs to the attic to see if we could meet Gary, who apparently had quite the reputation for being the resident bully and trickster of the house. We spent a little while up there exploring the attic, while Ken did some EVP work and tried communicating with Gary directly. For the most part, everything was pretty quiet, at least so far. Eventually, we decided to explore some of the areas of the house downstairs, where we overheard another group confronting Gary for themselves.
bully? Who's a bully?
Is it me? I apologize.
Ken went back upstairs to the attic to see if he can get a response from Gary, while I stayed downstairs filming the dining room. Remember when they said that Gary liked to mess with the lights? Well, this happened. That scared the out of me.
Transformer just went.
Transformer just went. A transformer did explode across the street, but what made it so strange was that the caretakers checked the nearby homes and businesses that were right there, and everyone still had power. No outage, no police, no nothing. Not saying it was paranormal, but it was weird.
We're all a little bit shaken up. A transformer across the street just exploded. Kenny, do you want to tell what happened?
So she left me in the attic by myself.
Oh, sorry.
I did about 1.5 minutes of recording. Nothing. And then I was like, okay, I'll just do quiet about 1 minute. So I get up and I stand next to Gary's trunk. And a few seconds in, I'm like, Gary, show me something. And right after, transformer blew. All I saw was blue. And I went, I'm out.
Oh my God. I don't know. We're not saying it's haunted. It's, you decide. You're just saying it scared the living shit out of us. Oh my God.
They say that's not, yeah. They come down here and lock, and there's a guy in a military uniform. Was this it?
Oh, you scared me. I didn't see you for a second.
At first we thought it was the police or a ghost. We're just like...
The rest of the night was pretty uneventful after that, and honestly, I think that was enough excitement for all of us. Overall, we had such a great time, and if you're interested in taking the ghost tour at the May Stringer House in Brooksville, Florida, tickets are only $20 per person. A huge thank you to Jodi and the team for such a fun and memorable experience. We'll absolutely be back. There's just something about this house that sticks with you. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, stay spooky.